The fact of the matter is, whether you've been in network marketing for years or just a few days, your family and friends have seen your opportunity and your phone is, as we call it, burnt. If you're anything like me, that's a scary thought. So the big question is, how do entrepreneurs like us, who love the network marketing profession, who no longer want to be that guy, and are tired of convincing people during uncomfortable let's get coffee meetings where they say, what's this all about? How do we market in a way that aligns us with our dream clients and expands our network of upfront and transparent professionals, allowing us to get our time back, our families back, and gain a real passive asset? People like us who value impact over income, we deserve to see our visions once and for all. Join me in this podcast where we'll uncover just how to do that. My name is Eric Sablon. Welcome to Burnt Phone Marketing. What is going on, everybody? From the Become the Upline group, from my Facebook page, from Burnt Phone Marketing. Super excited that you guys are here. I'm extremely fired up because I have a special guest today that we've invited to be at our first ever virtual mastermind this weekend. So this weekend we have a virtual mastermind, and I'm super excited to be here because this person has taken my business and my mindset to another level. A year ago, I was going through this story. I didn't have an offer. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And he put me in this mindset thing. He put me in a container where I actually figured out what exactly I wanted. And this weekend, he's going to talk about not only that part, but he's had an epiphany just recently. And I'm just going to tell you right now, the epiphany that he had to change the mindset of the business owner is going to blow your mind. So if you own a business, or you're working online, or you're just trying to do what we've done in our coaching business, don't miss this weekend. So I'm going to do a quick high level over what we got. So let's just see. Let me check the chat real quick. All right, we got Evie. What's going on, Evie? We've got Cindy. What's going on, Cindy, from Washington State? Helen from New Zealand. We've got Xander on the boat, rocking the boat. Sarah Palmer live. Hashtag live if you're coming in replay. Hashtag replay if you're catching this on the replay. And if you're catching this on the replay, or if you're catching this live, I promise you, you're going to want to watch it again. So you'll be able to hashtag live and hashtag replay later on, because what you're going to get out of here is going to be nothing but epic. So I'm just going to start off and kind of introduce you guys saw the post that I put out, and I'm just going to read the post because this man, like I said, has changed my life and changed my business. So he's an entrepreneur. He's a network marketing professional. He's a business owner. He's written a book. He's an author, phenomenal speaker, phenomenal marketer. He owns his own marketing agency. And he's just one of the most giving guys that I've ever known in my life. He's one of the people that, his company is called Shirt Off Your Back Marketing. And I just want you to think about that. He will give you the shirt off your back to get it right. So that's the kind of people that I surround myself with. That's the kind of people I suggest you surround yourself with. And, just wanted to introduce him. And he's going to talk a little bit about what his talk is going to be about this weekend. So get your pens and paper out right now, because yes, like Sarah said it, he's legit. No joke, he's legit. Fabian Brown, my business partner, legends in the house, live. You are around the world, my friend, Michael Dupree. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Michael Dupree.
What's up? Okay, so first things first, I just want to say congratulations to you, Eric. It's funny. I always kind of forget because, all right, so for those of you who are watching here who don't know me yet, Eric and I have been friends for a while now. And we used to work together, and we don't work together anymore in terms of like day in and day out operations. But I would say that Eric and I talk on the phone like no less than 3 times a week. Like it's potentially every day I'm on the phone with Eric, or at least texting him. And so Eric and I have like seen each other at our best, at our worst, and like literally everywhere in between. And so for you, Eric, I have seen you at your worst, and I've seen you at your best. And I would say right now in this phase of life, you are at your best, the best that I have ever seen you. And so I don't want to just congratulate you for progressing, not that that's not like amazing, but I want to congratulate you for continuing to fight when you were struggling. Like the progress is cool, but like the fact that you didn't give up on yourself when things were tough is what I think is the coolest part about your story. It's easy to go from doing pretty good to having a great day, but it's hard to go from like beat up on the ground, bleeding, struggling to thriving. I mean, it's a turnaround that takes guts that most people just quit on. So anyway, I just want to congratulate you. And now you are like, we're here talking about your first live conference, which is just like so dope. Eric, how many conferences have we been to together?
I think probably 10. Like we go to every conference. It's like we're going to a conference. Like we're going to go to this one. We actually,
you're my conference buddy.
When we were working together, it was like literally we're going to this one, we're going to this one, we're going to this one, we're going to this one. Should we go to this one? I remember we were sitting at Funnel Hacking Live, and Michael he's quick, so he's super fast. So he would always run through the door to get the right seats, right? We always got the front seats. And yes, Fabian, I do love my events. So literally I would go to the events, and he always would get me these great seats. But and then he'd always say, dude, how many t-shirts are you going to get today? I was like, I don't know. I'm just going to go buy a bunch of t-shirts. So I was like right there. I am the t-shirt guy at all the events. But one time he's sitting next to me and he's like, dude, are we going to Tony Robbins? And I'm like, because Russell was making the presentation on Tony Robbins. He's like, dude, are we going to Tony Robbins? And the craziest thing I ever saw, he's like, I'm going. And he walked to the back of the room and literally got his Tony Robbins tickets. I'm sitting there like, dang.
Ooh, I'm missing out.
I'm missing out. One day I will just be able to go and buy a coaching program like Tony Robbins. And I just want to say that this year was the first year that I've ever been able to invest in something like that has changed our business trajectory 100-fold.
Yep.
So all of you guys that are out there, like, I'm going to go to the events, but when the events come on and the pitch comes on and you're like, oh, I hate this. This is just another pitch. If you actually go into those pitches, listen, and then apply to what they're saying, but go in, you got to go all in. You got to go into the action steps, because in our course, we talk about 3 things. Skills are cheap. Accountability is a little bit more expensive, and mentorship and community is where you get all of your all. So the last one is what you pay for. So I'm just glad that you opened up my eyes to say, I'm just going to slide the credit card for that. That was the first time I ever saw that, when you were like, I'm going.
And you look at, I mean, just look at where we are from where we were and the decisions that we made along the way. Like if it weren't for the programs, I wouldn't be where I am. But I can also tell you that I've bought a lot of programs that I've never finished. So like buying is one thing, but following through is another. And again, I just want to say congratulations to you, because not only have you shown up to the conferences, Fabian, Eric loves his conferences. Not only have you shown up to the conferences, and bought the programs, but you took the action, which has led you to where you are today. And now you're putting on your very first conference, and I'm stoked for you, man. I'm thankful to be a part of it. When you called me and said, would you do this? I was like, yes, let's go. And now I would say I'm more excited right now than I was when you asked me.
Really? Well, it's because like the culmination of what you're going to deliver. So quick story about a week ago, no, about 3 weeks ago, I'm talking to Fabian, and we're like, who do you think we could get on stage to kind of, I wouldn't say like give us kind of a break, but who do you think would provide value to our audience? And he's like, what about Michael? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll ask him. He's moving, he's doing some other things. I'll ask him. So that day I asked you, and I'm sitting in the parking lot, and I'm like, Hey man, I got a favor / question. Do you would you be open to? I sold it like this. Hey, there's going to be 5 guys that are presenting at this presentation at my first ever mastermind, and it's Fabian Brown, Jordan Mederick, David, and myself, and we need one more. Would you be open to being the 5th person? And you said something like this: with that lineup, I'll be there.
You're like, hey man, we're building a dream team. We got Michael Jordan, we got Kobe Bryant, we got LeBron, and do you want to play? Like, yeah, bro, put me in, coach. No,
So,
I'm really excited, but I've gotten more excited as time went on. Even just before we got on this call, I was just taking notes and putting my frameworks together for what we're going to cover. And I don't know, I said this last time I talked to your group, but when you get to do what you really want to do, it's like crack. You know, it's like, just give me a chance, give me a platform to like share the things that matter to me, that get me fired up. And when I get to do that as my job, and when I get to form my life around the things that excite me, the things that I'm passionate about, like, it's the cheat code to happiness, because I've done a lot of jobs that I genuinely just could care less about. And it's hard to go, and it's hard to do while you're doing it. You're thinking about other things, you're distracted, you're even worse at your job. But when you do something that matters to you, and people give you an opportunity and a platform like you've done to share what matters to me, it's like I couldn't be more thankful and obviously excited. So I'm stoked, man.
So like my business partner always is, he's a student of the students. So grabbed a nugget, and we'll probably use that. The cheat code to happiness. Somebody, Fabian, make sure you write that one down, because we'll use that in some marketing soon. The cheat code to happiness. I love it. So, okay. You told me a story about a week ago. You called me up and you're like, bro, I couldn't sleep last night. And I said, okay, what's up? He's like, so I'm laying in bed and it's like 2 a.m. He's like, I wanted to call you. It's like 2 a.m. I was thinking of it. And then I just got up and wrote everything on the whiteboard. That is when brilliance happens. And guess what he wrote on the whiteboard? The presentation he's going to give to you this weekend at the mastermind. Have you ever been in that spot where you're like, I got something on my mind so good and so juicy, like Fabian would say, sexy, delicious. I got something so sexy, delicious on my mind.
Would say that.
Yeah. I got something so sexy, delicious on my mind that I just need to get up out of bed and write it on the whiteboard. And that's what he's bringing you tonight. So I don't want to like spill the beans, but I do want you to kind of give a quick high-level flyover of, number one, a little bit about the topic, and then number two, about the breakthrough, that if they take literally what they're doing, what you tell them to do, what's going to happen to them if they take full out massive action on the mindset that you're going to teach them.
All right. So first, let me just share something that I feel like is just so important. So one of my favorite lessons that I've ever learned in marketing is that there are basically, we know that if we want, we're all in the influencer game, right? Like, I don't care what you call it. I don't care if you're in network marketing or you're a local brick and mortar owner or whatever. I don't, courses, programs, whatever. You're an influencer. Like, we are in 2021. Everything is digital. You're an influencer. We are in the attention age, not the information age. Whoever has the attention of the people has the money. It used to be the Industrial Revolution, then we moved on to the information age, and now we are in the age of attention. The people who are blowing up on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, they're the ones that are making the money. And so we know that basically the ideal goal is to be an influencer. At the same time, I feel like, at least, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick of the gurus. Like, straight up, the people who have all the answers, you know? They're annoying. They suck. They're not relatable. Most of them, 99% of them are posers, and they're not even successful, even though they say that they are. And you don't know, because anybody can put on a show, especially with fancy editing and all these cool apps and tools that we get to leverage our businesses with. It also allows for the snakes to kind of like, creep in the social media game. So as influencers and people who aspire to be influencers, we have to begin to separate ourselves from the gurus, yet at the same time use the same tools, the same platforms, and fight for the same audience. And so I want to talk about a marketing topic and overview that's going to lead into the topic that I'm going to share with you guys in the conference. So there's this idea that everybody's trying to be the attractive character, right? We're all influencers. We want to be the attractive character in our world for our audience. We want to attract people. And so we have to decide which character we're going to be, like who we're going to become. And so Russell Brunson taught me this, and there's 4 main characters. There's the leader. This is the person who's already got it figured out. And they're like the person who's at the top of the mountain saying, hey, I've got all the answers. And if you buy my program or follow me or do whatever, I'm going to give them to you in exchange for your money or your attention or whatever else. Right. And if they are a legit guru, that's legit, right? Give them money and they'll give you what you need, right? Or teach you what you need to know. So leaders aren't necessarily bad people, but most of the posers pretend to be leaders. So I always kind of naturally am a little hesitant when I see someone talking like a leader. So that's the first type of attractive character. The second option that you can be, the second character that you can choose is the reporter. And that person learns from other people who are actual gurus and reports on it, just like a newscaster would interview somebody and say, hey, you've got the inside scoop. What's the word? And then they share that information, and then you broadcast it out to your audience. The newscaster isn't an expert on whatever they're interviewing the person on. They're just an expert at interviewing, and they're giving their audience value, and that's why people watch the news. And so the reporter is a great position to be in if you're looking to capture attention from people. Remember, we're in the attention age, and so if you're looking to capture attention and you aren't an expert yet, the reporter is a great place to start. The third attractive character option is the adventurer or the crusader. And this person is blazing the trails and trying to figure out which marketing techniques work, which tools work. Eric and David and Fabian did this really well when they first started this program. They were using all sorts of tools to increase Facebook engagement, to grow your friends list, to filter your friends out that aren't connecting with you or aren't your target audience or aren't engaging with you. And they've really mastered the social media engagement game that gives you credibility and authority and also leads and connections so you can actually grow your business, right? And so they're awesome adventurous crusaders. So they were going out and trying tools and products and services and programs and funnel building softwares. And they're like, ooh, you guys use this. Ooh, I just did this and it works. You should try this tool out. Ooh, I just learned about bots. Check this out. I use MiniChat, right? And so they were going through all of these processes and they were crusading or adventuring their way through and constantly dropping behind nuggets. It's another excellent character to be if you choose to be that. And then the last one is the reluctant hero. The reluctant hero is the person who knows a lot of quality information. They're kind of like the leader. They are a legit guru, but they don't want the spotlight. They're reluctant to be the hero, but they just feel this moral obligation, this social responsibility to give you the information that they learned because they were once struggling too. And then they figured it out, just like Eric and David and Fabian with their tools as the adventurers. But now they're like full on gurus and they're reluctant, but they feel like they have no choice but to put themselves in the spotlight to give you value. So I taught you all that to say, and if you already knew that, I'm sorry to bore you with that information. If you didn't know that, don't think that it came from me. I was taught that information by a guy named Russell Brunson. He's the man. So anyway, no credit from me, but it lays the framework because the talk that I'm going to give to you guys is it goes over 3 stories. And in the marketing and the guru world, all these leaders are going to teach you 3 secrets, right? They're going to be like, ooh, I'm going to teach you the 3 secrets. And I'm going to give you all of this quality information and just 3 little secrets. And if you just watch my webinar or you buy my program, I'm going to give you these 3 secrets. And I just feel like so many gurus and lame posers are talking about their business and their opportunity or whatever else from the leader character point of view, where they're at the top of the mountain and almost, quite frankly, plainly speaking down to people. And I think it's lame and I think it sucks. So if you're a leader, if you're playing the leader character as an attractive character, if you're in that role, you better be legit or you better stop it. Like, quit being a poser. If you're a poser, stop it, right? And so as I was preparing this presentation for you guys, for this conference for this weekend, I used the framework of the 3 secrets. It's easy to follow, and you can touch on all the ways that people learn. And so I love the framework of using like 3 main bullet points when you're giving a presentation. But I found myself being one of those lame posers and telling you that I had the 3 secrets to success, right? And it was like, how am I going to tell these people to stop being stop being lame and pretending you're somebody that you're not, and like you got it all figured out, while I share the 3 secrets? And so I really kind of had to humble myself and look at how I was going about things. And so the title of the presentation is not the 3 secrets to be successful in your network marketing business, because that sucks, right? We're sick of gurus. And so I did a lot of soul searching, and I thought a lot about my failures in network marketing, my failures in life, my failures in business, and the lessons that I've learned from those hard times. And so I've named, first, before I give you the title, there's an important quote that we've all heard, that smart people learn from their own mistakes, but wise people learn from the mistakes of other people. And so the message that I want to share with you guys this weekend, or a Friday, I think, is my 3 biggest failures in network marketing. And I want to go over the things that I have learned from those failures, so you don't have to, right? If a wise man learns from other people's failures, my job as a leader is not to tell you what it's like at the top of the mountain, but to make sure that you don't make those same failures, so you don't have that same hurt and that heartache and that doubt and that fear and that depression and that anxiety, the thing that wakes you up at 2 o'clock in the morning and you can't sleep because you're frustrated and you're embarrassed and you're stuck and confused and honestly hopeless. Like, those times and those moments are some of the hardest times. I congratulated Eric at the beginning of this call, because not because he's successful, but because he didn't quit when he was unsuccessful. And so I just feel like it's important to share with you guys not how to be successful, but how to make sure that you don't go to those deep, dark places, how you can remove and kind of peek around the corner of my life and see what's ahead for you. And so you don't make those same mistakes, so you can grow the business you want to, so you can gain the downline that you want to, become the upline that you desire for your team, become the leader, and not just achieve the 6-figure result that we're all looking for, but more so achieve the transformation that you really desire. I think that a lot of people in this world are not necessarily looking for the result of achieving the rags to riches story. They're not really looking for the riches. I think that the real secret is that they're looking for the ability to no longer be where they are anymore, because it's hard, because it sucks, because something's missing. And so I don't want to give you the rags to riches result. I don't want to give you the result of, oh, here's your formula, here's the 3 secrets to get to 10K a month. Like, Eric and David and Fabian have all the marketing and tools and softwares and coaching that you need to actually make money. But what I want to give you guys this weekend is the opportunity to remove yourself from where you are and prevent you from hitting those pitfalls that I struggled with, that Eric could tell you all about, destroyed me for a long time. So anyway, that's what we have in store for this weekend. Does that kind of cover what you wanted to cover, Eric, or do you have questions for me that I could answer?
No, that was perfect. That was perfect. So I just want to get a little bit of audience participation right now. I want you to #1, just put a 1 in the chat, and it takes a little while. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like what Michael just talked about, like these dreams and these visions and these things, and that you know that you should be able to do, but things are just blocking you, or you've been down to the bottom of your business, totally to the bottom of your business, and you're looking back. I love what Les Brown says. Les Brown says, setback is a setup for a setup. A setback is a setup for a comeback. And I love what he's doing. So thanks, Xander. Thanks, Katie, for playing full out. Thanks, Nikki, for playing full out. Evie, thank you, Sarah. Fabian Brown, I love this. Helen. Yeah, so all of you guys have felt this way. And I just want to let you guys know that it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. And, you know, one thing that people say a lot is once you can accept where you're at, you can move up and move up and move up and move up. So what we're going to give you this weekend is an audit of where you are. So that way you can set up the comeback. Because if you continue to do what you're doing over and over and over and over again, you're just going to run into that same wall every single time. So that being said, if you don't have your tickets, I'm going to drop the link on the banner right now. If you don't have your tickets, just go to www.btumastermind.com. It's going to be amazing. Fabian's going to be there. Michael's going to be there. We have a cameo from the founder and the CEO of Drop Funnels. And our goal for the end of this is to set you guys up to reset. Not new year, but actually reset your business and have a new vision that'll drive you forward. So can you give us one quick flyover story that you're going to cover? Just to touch on, sprinkle it.
I will.
Sprinkle it a little bit.
Okay. All right. So, guys, I have been in network marketing for a long time, and I left network marketing to not left network marketing. I had a business that wasn't really much back in the day. Then I started working in the oil fields in Alaska, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, so I could save up some money and start a local brick and mortar business. I thought I wanted to get into that, and I did. I ended up opening a gold and silver business and was successful. I was financially successful, but I wasn't really happy. And so I got into network marketing again. This was 2017, probably. 2017, I got back into network marketing, even though I had a successful brick and mortar business. And my network marketing team started blowing up, and I was doing really good. That was at the same time that I met Eric. I was having home meetings and blowing up to the point where the big guys from corporate, or like the big upline leaders from the company that we were in, were flying all the way to Alaska to come and present for my group because we were growing so fast. It was nuts. It was like a dream come true for a network marketer, like legit. It was pretty cool. So I went to my business partner for my local brick and mortar business and was like, "Hey man, I want to sell my half of the business to you. I want to get out and build my network marketing business." And so he agreed, and we were in the process of removing. I already cut down my hours. Good things were happening, and I was growing my business, my network marketing business, and everything was great. But my business partner was killed, and it crushed me. He was my best friend, my business partner, and it crushed my world. Well, in that time, for the first 30, 60, 90 days, I just basically shut down. I didn't answer my phone. I didn't do anything. And my network marketing team fell apart. Like all of that momentum we had, all those gurus that were coming in, all the leaders, everything, like everybody who signed up, who was going to grow their business, they all disappeared. It was crickets. And my passive residual asset went to zero. I would say inside of 90 days, probably in about 30 days. Eric can attest to this. We went from blowing up to blowing up. It was it's crazy. So when it all fell apart, I realized that what I was doing was not building a passive residual asset. And so this weekend in the talk that I'm going to give to you guys, the third failure is the passive residual asset lie, the passive lie. And we're going to talk about my story, the way that it failed, and the rebuilding process, and how if you build it incorrectly, you will certainly fail as well. Like your business will not be a passive residual asset. It will be dependent upon you. And if you build it that way, then you're going to be stuck with a job. And you got into this business, chances are, because you wanted to build a passive residual asset. And so the third failure that I learned is the passive lie, and the story on what happened and how to go about not having the peeking around the corner of my passive experience, and how to make sure that you build your business in a way that you never have to experience the passive lie.
Man, I've heard that story a couple times, and it still kind of gets me. It gets me every single time to hear about Steve. But
yeah,
Thank you. The fact that you're able to share that and do that in a way that is going to help so many people. I mean, we have a just under 100 people registered for this event. This is going to be amazing. And I just want to say that, like, if you guys ever had the chance to sit down and talk with Michael, he gave me so many breakthroughs in my business. Like my core offer, I didn't have a core offer 6 months ago. I didn't have a core offer a year ago. I was all over the place. And he kept asking me, what's your core offer? What's your core offer? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Why?
Why do you want to do it?
Why are you willing to go through the struggle?
Yes.
Because if you think it's not going to be a struggle, you're lying to yourself. So
Right.
What is it that's so important to you that you're willing to deal with that adversity and the struggle? Like, what are you willing to go through the trenches for? And it ain't money. I'll tell you that right now. It is not money. If it was money, everybody would be rich because they do whatever it took to receive the dollars. It ain't the dollars. It will do you dirty every time. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? And Eric, when you found it, I mean, look at where you are. It's cool, man. I'm really, really happy for you.
Well, I thank you. You got me to where I am. So, and I'm bringing it.
You got you to where you are. I was just a part of that journey. You did this.
Well, thank you. Well, if it wasn't for David and Fabian, there's no way we could do it. We like to say that, we have the magic team because we're the triple threat. Like all we need to do is get a little bit of what is his name, Phil Jackson, right there, and we'll get that triple threat and get that dialed in. I think we got it. I think we got the triple threat because we all stay in our own zone of genius, which is cool, which is kind of what you told me, like stay in your lane. If you're going to be the mini chat guy, be the mini chat guy. And I mean, some people, I had some questions in the chat. Cindy, yes, Michael will be speaking Friday afternoon. So if you registered already, you can be on the Zoom and Michael will be speaking. Other thing right here is Nikki, what's the book? I'd like to read it. Okay, well, I'll reach out to you directly and get you a copy of that book. So
you can just go to my website, or Eric can give it to you. What do you prefer, Eric?
Either. Just go to your website.
Yeah, just go to shareoffyourback.com.
Okay.
And download the ebook.
All right. So Nikki, I'll send that to you in your messenger and I'll post it in the chat.
Marvelous.
So guys, here's the deal.
Marlo.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys staying on. My goal, I busted a Fabian. My goal was 20 minutes. I'm at 3:36:04, but we did have a 3-minute leader. So it's technically only 13 minutes over.
Well, let's not talk about Friday. Would you give me 45 minutes? How much time do I have?
You have 45 minutes.
I'm going to do my best.
45.
You know what's even more embarrassing? Like, one, I always go over, but worse than that is that I talk really fast. So if I spoke at the average pace, I would be going over like double time. I'm just a mess. I just have a hard time consolidating my words. I hope you guys still love me.
Fabian, give him an hour.
I'm sorry, Fabian. I'm going to keep it short. I'll do my best. It's going to be an hour. That's not long enough. Yeah, I agree, Marlo.
Thank you guys so much for staying with us so long. Thank you so much. I hope you got value. If you guys got some value out of this, drop a V for value if you got some value out of this. And here's what I wish for you guys. I put this public on my Facebook page. I put this on my Birdful marketing page, and I also put it on the regular Become the Upline group. If there was something in this interview that resonated with you, the first time, the second time, or the third time you watch it, share it with somebody that needs it. And what I would do is I would timestamp that mark and be like, hey, there was a quote in there that they said at 22:13. Fast forward to it if you don't have time to watch the whole thing. Just fast forward to it, because I think that would do something for you. And I live on the mantra that service to many leads to greatness. And I just think that by doing that, not only are you spreading our word of Become the Upline, our word of BTU, our word of the BTUmastermind.com, but also Michael's words and what Michael can bring to you. So I would just share that. This is just a step. This is just a little flyover of what's going to happen this weekend. So put your seatbelts on, be ready, grab your pen and paper, be present. It's one thing that I'll ask. Videos on, be present this weekend, because it might be the first hour that you get the nugget that you need. It might be the second, it might be the third, it might be in Michael's presentation, it might be, in some breakout room. But I guarantee you, if you're looking for a breakthrough, you will find it this weekend. So don't miss it. If you're not registered yet, www.btumastermind.com, and we will see you guys Friday. Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, Eric.
Are you tired of those lame Facebook groups that provide no value? Well, our Facebook group is awesome. Go to unlockthefbgroup.com and get access to our Facebook group, where you will be able to find interviews of top network marketers and Q&As where you can jump in and talk to them live. We also have massive training. We provide a bunch of free tools. So jump into that group. Again, that's unlockthefbgroup.com. We'll ask you a few questions in mini chat, because that's what we do, and make sure that you're not a spammer and get you into the group right away. So again, go to unlockthefbgroup.com and don't be a spammer.